Thank you all very much for allowing me to come today to talk to you. I'm going to have to use some notes because part of my presentation is note-driven. So if I look down, I don't do professional speaking for a living. I just try and get a message out there that I think matters to people. And one of the things that's happened in the process of my ministry of advising people is I've realized that my life has been affected by coaches, my life has been affected by mentors, and my life's been affected by people that care about me and tried to understand me, which helped lead to me being able to overcome a lot of adversity. So when I met Coach Blunt, I actually met Coach Blunt because his son played for Creekside High School, and I'm the head football coach for Ponte Vedra High School for the JV program, and we met on the field. And because I was so impressed with that young man's attitude, whether he lost or won the game, I wanted to meet him again. And when I met him, I met his dad. And when I met his dad, I met a bunch of other really nice people. And that's kind of how I met Grayson. And one of the things that I did in the process of really figuring out what my message to kids was going to be about was a message that I had heard my whole life. A message that a lot of people hear all the time. And you won't believe it. It's kind of like what Grayson's saying about the concept of, did you see the bear? Well, when you buy a red car, you see everybody has a red car, right? When you buy an iPhone, you notice how many people have iPhones. Well, one of the things that happened to me was I heard as I grew up things like, it's not where you start, it's where you finish that matters in life. Finish your swing, because I used to play a little golf, right? Or I used to play a little baseball. Finish your swing, okay? I used to think about things like my coaches going, finish that drill, right? Finish the drill. Don't just stop at the cone, run through the cone. Finish the drill. So what I kept hearing over and over and over again is finish, 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 finish. Now, kids, your mama say to you, finish your homework? Yeah. Huh? Finish your homework? Guys, finish your jobs, finish your work on time, get your stuff done on time and get it right. Okay? But how many people actually sit there and look at their watches and say, man, I can't wait till work's over. I can't wait till practice is over. What time is it, coach? What time is it, coach? They say that stuff to me all the time. And I said, what does it really matter what time it is unless you're going to finish strong? Okay? Because I finish everything I do strong. I try and finish eating strong, studying strong, sleeping. I try and finish every day strong. I try and get up, start my day strong, play my game strong, and finish my day strong. So one of these messages kept hearing over and over and over again. So I ran into this guy in 2008 who basically had this finish strong deal. And I said, would you let me make this message clear to my teams? Would you let me say this message to people? And he said, sure. So I'm the only finish strong mentor in the United States. Okay? And I happen to live in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. And my goal is to try and take this message and try and empower people to think about finish strong and their finish strong attitude. So one of the things that happened is finish strong inspired me because it's a call to action. It's an attitude. It's an objective way to be accountable. And I'm going to read you the definition of it in a second, but I'm going to give you a couple of examples before that. So Drew Brees, you guys know Drew Brees obviously, right? New Orleans Saints got cut, faced adversities, 5'9", can't play football, okay? All of a sudden he ends up in New Orleans, Sean Payton. Everybody knows New Orleans Saints, they used to call them the Aints. Nobody ever believed in them, okay? So we sent the book down, and I don't represent Finish Strong, I don't make any money from Finish Strong, it just happens to be a message that I happen to believe in, that I actually embrace as a mentor. But this friend of mine sent the book down to Drew Brees and said, you need to read this book, Drew. So Drew read the book and he loved it. He bought 100 copies of it and he gave it to his teammates. In 2008, Finish Strong, New Orleans Saints won the Super Bowl. Okay? That was an amazing thing that I thought, okay, you take an attitude and a belief system and you tell all these people, finish strong every single day, and then they all of a sudden translate it into results, okay? So I'm thinking, well, my coaches have always told me that. This is something I've always heard, but I never really saw it articulated. So I tried it out. So I took my Ponte Vedra High School JV football team this year that went 5-3 last year under another coach. And I said, I'm going to take these kids, and from day one, okay, I'm going to talk to them about finishing strong, okay? So I'm going to talk to them about it, and I got these signs, and I brought them to practice, and I brought them to my games, and I laid them on the sidelines, and I said, kids, we are going to start every practice strong. We're going to practice every day strong, and we're going to finish every day strong, and then we're going to do the same thing in the game. And by halftime, I want to be able to take out every single starter, and I want to play every single kid on my team. And in 5 of the 6 games, I played 60 kids on my roster, and we went 8-0, and we finished strong. Okay? And every kid signed his name to this, just like all you kids will sign your pledges today, hopefully. That this sign represented their pledge to finish strong in life, because it actually translated into results for them. The first time in their life that they actually saw something start and finish for them that they actually believed in. So the season ended for us, and I got really excited about kind of how that happened. And University Christian here in town, Dave Penland III is the coach there, and I played against his brother in high school. And a kid I knew played on their team, and I said, I got to get him some bands. So, I sent these Finish Strong bands, okay, that I wear every day. And by the way, I got some orange ones. Coach Blunt's got them. Orange ones for you guys, okay? And I'll be giving them out to you afterwards. So Coach Blunt's got them. So when you leave here today, make sure you get yourself an orange Finish Strong band. Because that's what City Streets is going to be about, is finishing strong, the pledge, and the commitment that you guys make. But the Finish Strong bands I sent to the 13 seniors at University Christian, and their coach, and the sign, I said, Coach, you're in championship week. You're huge underdogs, okay? I need you guys to focus on one message with your seniors, okay? Make sure that what you've worked with for the last 4 years actually translates into a result. Talk to them about finishing what you started. And he said, I'll do it. So he wore the bands. He gave the 13 seniors the bands. They talked about it all week long. And nothing made me happier than on the state championship game on TV or on the internet when I was watching him. He had his hand up holding the trophy because they were like 2 touchdown underdogs and ended up winning the state championship this year at University Christian. Okay? And he called me back and he took pictures of the bands and he said, Coach, it made a difference. Okay? And I'm just telling you that it makes a difference when you believe something. And that's what Grayson's talking about, is changing the way you look at things. So you have to say it. You have to believe it. You have to say it again. You have to believe it again. And then you got to live it, which is the most important part. So what does that really mean to you guys and City Streets to athletes? Okay, because we all face adversity every day. I face adversity at work. I've been on Wall Street for 30 years, and God knows we've had our adversity. God knows I've had adversity at high school. God knows I've had adversity raising my own children. A kid that I mentored since he's been 8 years old. Okay, how old are you guys? How old are you? How? 9, how old are you? 10, how old are you? 9, how old are you? 10, 11, okay? The kid I got from Lakeshore Athletic Association, that's these kids' age, that I mentored all the way through high school, that I put in college with my own money and scholarshiped him, he shot 2 kids last week and is sitting in the Orange County jail. Okay? So no matter what you think, you do. I mean, I poured out my guts to this kid and gave him every chance he had. The only kid out of his whole group that got out of the hood, that made it to college, I'm not giving up. okay? Because this kid can make it, and 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 this kid can make it, okay? But the Duval County Jail is filled with kids that haven't made it or made bad decisions. So what Coach Blunt's doing, which I believe in, okay, is trying to get these kids to believe that they can make it and give them an opportunity to have mentors and coaches that are going to try and train them and keep them focused. And even the mentoring that I've done for all these years, when he went away from me, okay, that one split second that he made a bad decision changed his life. You know why? Because I wasn't there every day. I wasn't there with his mama. I wasn't there with all his friends. I wasn't there in the hood with all of his buddies thinking about being gangsters and holding guns. Okay, it's easier to get a gun today than it is to get an education. Okay, so if you all don't know it, in Duval County, 44% of the white males that start the 9th grade do not, 44% graduate with a degree. Black males in Duval County that start the 9th grade, 22% get a high school diploma. 22%. Okay? So you want to stop the problem of crime and all these other issues, you've got to work on getting these kids right here. These kids right here, these kids got to get it. And you parents have to get it and walk the walk with them and get Coach Blunt and other guys that are mentors to work with them and be involved. Okay? So one of the tenets of Finish Strong is dealing with courage. Courage for these kids is peer pressure. Okay? Courage to do the right thing at the right time when nobody's watching. Okay? Faith. Believing that if you sign that pledge, having faith, okay, that this is the right thing to do. That somehow this is going to help me. Having a belief, okay? These are all tenets of Finish Strong. Belief, okay? Believing, okay, what you're actually signing and what you're actually saying and what you're actually doing is the right thing to do. Again, it's just a combination of all these things. Having the right attitude. Having the right attitude, okay, that I'm going to finish what I started. I'm going to finish my education. I'm going to finish my homework. I'm going to finish my drills. I'm going to finish my sports. I'm going to do what my mom and dad say. I'm going to respect my elders. All the old school stuff that people say doesn't matter anymore, it matters more than ever. Having a purpose. I don't know about you, Coach Blunt, but I got a purpose, right? And what's my purpose is God's purpose for me. I don't really know what other people think or really think my purpose should be. I mean, my wife, my kids, I asked them, would you like to come today? They said, well, we don't really know why you're going. I said, well, it's not important. It's my purpose to come here because God asked me to come. And God asked me to believe this, okay? And God should ask you to have a purpose for why you're going to school, why you're signing His pledge and our pledge, and why you want to support this program. And discipline. So discipline is being able to say no. I talk to my 17-year-old about it all the time. If you're in a car and a guy offers you drugs, you got to say no. You're a high school football player. You're going to go to college. You're going to get a degree. You just got to say no, man. You got to just say, no, thank you. It's not a big deal. Or, let me out of the car because I don't want to get caught with you. Or, I don't want to be your friend because you're not really headed in the right direction. So the discipline of being able to sign the pledge and believe it. You got to have courage, faith, belief, attitude, commitment, purpose, and discipline. And then there is the risk. The risk of everything going wrong, and that's when adversity hits. And my brother got shot. Somebody got busted on drugs. My best friend's doing drugs. My mom's an alcoholic. I mean, I can give you 100 reasons why adversity stands in the way of progress. Let me give you the thing that everybody always says about sports. I'm going to go from high school to pro. How many of them will go? Percentage of high school, college kids in men's basketball that will go and play professional basketball, 2.9%. The percentage of college eligible basketball players that will play pro basketball, 1.3%. That translates into percentage of high school kids that are going to play pro basketball, 0.03. So if you're one of those 0.03 in this room, congratulations. But if you're not, you're going to be working a lot longer than you're going to be playing. Let's just talk about football. Football, percentage of high school kids today that are eligible to play football in high school that play college football, 5.8%. Percentage of college kids that play college football and go to play pro football, 2.0%. So, you know what? Grayson showed you a bunch of guys up there that made it big and lost it big. Okay? But that's only 2% of the entire eligible population of kids. There are 800,000 kids going to play sports this year in the United States playing football. Okay? 0.09% of high school kids that are eligible to play high school this year have a chance to make pro football. So if you think little Johnny at 10 years old, any of you kids think you're going to play pro football, basketball, or baseball, I want you to believe it. I want you to think about it every day. I want you to dream about it. I want you to finish strong, but I want you to be realistic because these are the real numbers. Okay? So what does finish strong mean, and what is the real definition? The real definition, and I made another sign up so I could talk about it, is executing your plan, living your dream, and finishing strong. So the definition, by definition, is to possess a mindset or a philosophy to perform at an exceptional level, exhibiting courage in the face of, directly in front of, adversity, refusing to accept, admit, or willingly mediocrity. A philosophy of living of great moral power, life with no regrets. I talk to my 17-year-old every day about, I don't care what you do, but you better not have regrets, because we look out the windshield, we don't look in the rearview mirror. Okay? You know Mr. Khan who bought the Jaguars? He makes 1,000 parts a day. 1,000 parts a day. You know one thing he doesn't make? Rearview mirror. So let's talk about one last thing, and this is like a little thing that I say to myself, and this is just where I get to sometimes, is regardless of what came before me or what has yet to come, what matters most right now is how I respond to the challenges before me. Will I lie down or will I fight? The choice is mine. I can either give in, give up, or give it all I got and finish strong. Thank you very much.